following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2. We welcome you to the final day of the round of 64 in Archery April, and our first of 2 streamed games on this final day, the second of 4 on the day, as we are going to see the last 8-9 game of the round between Arnim and Puzzledan. Arnim getting the 8 seed, and Puzzledan the 9 seed. Should be fun. We just saw a fun one in this region, and it was Aiden Smith taking out Mabel in 7, Mabel up 3-2, and Aiden wins 2 in a row to punch a ticket to the round of 32 to face yours truly. And then we get the last game here in the DEFLEX region, and then we will cross over to the Bow region at 6 o'clock with G and Yoshi, Evan, and J Money. J Money making his debut after unfortunately not being able to play in T1. And then we will wrap it up in Crusade tonight at 7 on stream with Bree and Nifty, the final game of this round of 64. We look at the bracket, and the winner here is going to get, double check this because I once again mess up my own graphics. My hell, correct, yes. I just forgot to change that over here. Thank you. Not Taco. There we go, much better. Yeah, so winner here gets my hell. The other round of 32 match, another round 2 match that will be on this top half will be the 5 seed deleted against the 13 seed Cat Gaming. Cat moving on in 6, deleted moving on in 6, deleted over Ryan Reed, Cap over Scars. And then, of course, my hell beat Night Archer in 6. We will see what goes down here today. And we bring it to the table. Yoshi will be ref today. Tapir once again joining us for some commentary action. Tapir, obviously, I mean, both these guys coming off round 1 wins. Their last time out in February flurry was Arnim taking out, let me just double check this again. Puzzledan took out Sky. I remember that, 15/2, and now he moves up to the 9 line. Yeah, you beat Rana, that's right. That is right. Yeah, Arnim beating Rana. Just gonna make sure I pull this up right. And then getting swept by the eventual runner-up in the tournament in Bree. So both are looking for win number 2 on the year to Tapir. And what do you expect from this? Obviously an 8-9 matchup. See, on paper you'd think it could go either way. So what do you expect from these two?
I do think it could go either way. Right, it's really close together, 8 and 9. I think both players are going to be looking for a big break, hopefully to go far in the tournament. And of course, I think Puzzledan, I believe, has a little bit more experience in this field than Arnim does, so maybe he's picked up a few things. But we'll see how, especially the luck goes, especially after that unfortunate ALP lost their 4-0 with all those +4s, the lack thereof. So we'll see who's going to have the upper hand on the luck aspect, and maybe with the upper hand on the skill aspect, they'll take home the win tonight. So, or today rather. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. Good luck, everyone. And here we go.
All right. Arnold, we'll start with you. Obviously, Rana is definitely one could say chaotic opponent to face, and now you go up against Puzzledan, who did. You can unmute, yes, yeah, you can do answer my question. Basically, come off the win to run, and then of course fell to Bree in a sweep. So what do you got to do? Pick yourself up from that sweep and try and rebuild that momentum that you started with on that round one win.
I feel like a lot of what happens in sweep was just came down to luck. I, well, to be fair, a lot of it is luck, anyways. To get back momentum, I just gotta like not let it get to my head. Just this is a clean new tournament. I gotta start fresh again, and let's just see how it goes. I guess.
All right,
I'm just gonna just play how I usually do. Figure it out as we go.
for sure, for sure. Um, shout out Yoshi for the ping as well. Puzzledan, over to you now. Obviously, you had the big upset win. You were on the 15 line and you beat Sky, who had a solid season last year. Let me just pull this again. Doing things on the fly. It's pretty great. Yeah, and then obviously you fell to Nathan, who made an Elite 8 run. So basically, what are you gonna do now? You're facing up against someone who played very similar, who had a very similar road, except they got swept and you lost in 6. So kind of the similar question. What do you got to do to pick yourself up from that loss and keep building on what you started with that upset win last time out? Puzzledan types will remind the viewers: best of 7, 1 power play. Should be an interesting series to watch for sure. Both trying to get win number 2 on the year. Both went 1-1. Arnim with the 4-7 games record, and Puzzledan actually over 500 at 6-5 in games. Obviously winning 4-1 and then losing 4-2. Arnim, of course, getting swept out, which put him at 4-7 after winning 4-3 over Rana. Focus on playing how I did with Sky and stop and think if I need to. Pretty plain and simple. I think the time for talking is done. I think it's time to get down to business. Yoshi, of course, is our ref. He'll put the commands in. Arnim, first for you. You get the first call, being the 8 seed. So how many cards will it be for game number 1?
Let's just go 8.
All right.
8.
8 for the 8 seed. Crazy
Yep.
8s. Here we go.
Crazy 8s. Let's go.
Classic low to mid tier start, just testing out the waters here.
And here we go. Start with the blue reverse, and then the Arnim goes for the 3. These guys in their second tournament made their debuts in February Flurry. Came out pretty well. Now we'll see what they can do in Tournament 2 as they get their run underway. Here comes Arnim with the switch to green on the 6. And Puzzledan, nothing to say there. So
very interesting turning of the tables because
Arnim now
Arnim
going to go
didn't have
quickly to
anything on
yellow,
blue.
though. A quick move over to yellow here. Could be a fade, potentially. We'll see what we see here.
You got to think short. If it's not a fade, I think it's totally 2 color here.
That could be 2 color, but he did cross out of the blue. That could be a fade as well. So, well, he was drawing on the blue, but never know what kind of looks you can see. Double play from Puzzledan into the yellow. Now he pulls ahead by the mere possession arrow. And Arnim goes with the 2. Puzzledan out now again. He might be on 2 color at this point. And now Puzzledan going to make a Switch to red, but
Ooh.
Arnim undercuts back to yellow again.
Gotta wonder, does Arnim even have anything in red? It could just be all yellow.
Oh, back
Point.
in again.
Wow. Wow. Switching back. Draw on the skip, leave the door open for Puzzledan. He's going to take a red 9 there. We are tied 3-3.
And there's the red 3. Arnim goes up by... He's got the possession arrow, but how far can he go on the red? Puzzledan's got it too. It's neck and neck here. Double dose.
Nail biter, double play to finish. Maybe. Not for Arnim. Here's Puzzledan to finish. Or check.
And
That
check
is
with the
check.
1. Check with the ditto. Self-ditto.
Last chance for Arnim to do anything off the top deck.
Nothing
Nothing
Puzzledan
there.
for the win. No.
No. So
And
clearly
they
we
are
are now
into
in
Draw City now.
I think if I'm this spot, I'd want to just stay in there as long as I can, right? Because it's just too early to predict anything with regard to any +4s or color switches.
Right.
Speaking of,
Possible change here. +4 into the yellow.
Arnim calling a
He's got
shot.
4.
Calling a
He's gonna
shot
send
into yellow
Puzzledan back
again.
4.
And gonna add another 2 to it. So +6, and you look at the table, it's an 8-card lead for Arnim, but can he get to the end? Is the question.
He might just be setting up some sort of color fish here. Either.
Ooh. Puzzledan forcing that red. Arnim
Ooh.
cannot do anything with that. And one up from Puzzledan, and he is rolling with it. Those 6 freshies giving him the red to try and close the gap. How far can he go with it?
And right, this is what Puzzledan needed after all those cards. Just run it down as far as you can take it.
That's all he's gonna do. Doubles up the 3 to the 6.
Still nothing for Arnim. Gap is closing 5-7.
Let's see. Puzzledan continuing to run on the red. Can he do it? Can he continue to do it, or does he need a switch?
they're typing for more than 10 seconds. I'm about to get screwed.
Oh, double. Looking for
1,
triple.
2.
Holding in suspense.
This could
And
be
there's
it.
a
He's,
quad looking for
down
a
to 3.
quint. Down to 3. This would be a 7-card chain to win if he has it. Nope, just a quint. Closes on the green
Okay.
4, and he's down to 2 now.
Okay then.
Puzzledan out of green. Here comes Arnim. Trying to flip the script here. Quick 3-bagger into yellow. Yellow 7. That could be the break Puzzledan needed. As
Triple
he's
play.
down to 3.
I didn't want to draw. That's all this was.
Well, we'll see how that works out.
Airing out a strategy in the VC live.
We love to see it.
I mean, it's your prerogative. I wouldn't, but
It's
Honestly,
mind
that's a
games.
good idea.
It is mind games, isn't it? That's so right.
Absolutely.
We are cooking. Okay. We got the School of
Anyway.
Reeds is open. Oh no. Anyway. And they're both drawing.
Ah, dang it.
Oh, dang it.
It's cross to blue.
On the 4. We just can't get away from it.
No, and why should we?
Why should we? Over to a blue 2
yeah.
now.
In Tapir, you can hit those. You're Nitro. I put that in the D1.
Do what?
You can hit those on soundboard. I put those on the D1
Oh, what?
soundboard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that because apparently I'm a 70-year-old geezer that doesn't know technology.
One down this time from Arnim. Here comes Puzzledan to the green.
Arnim is out. Puzzledan looking for check.
Looking for check once again. Was there before on the red. Now looking for it on the green. Arnim, no answer
He
for
might
the green.
skip it.
Puzzledan there to the check. One down again. And we're down. He's just down to one. Arnim goes for the blue. Is that good? Yes.
For now.
So we hold on. Arnim holds on. And Arnim can move. Arnim can run with it. And now Puzzledan draws. It'll be tied. Arnim has a chance for the lead.
You think maybe he picked up a 1 off the deck? Could be. Maybe he had a 1 in the back pocket. Let's see.
Ooh. A little bit of a
Ooh,
defense
okay.
move there.
Okay. Speaking of,
I don't hate that because Arnim was down to 3 cards, so there is a good chance that there was a run coming. Ooh.
So
Adds 1 on and still leaves it open.
throws 4 over to Puzzledan. Arnim's still up by the possession arrow.
Haven't seen that move in a hot minute.
Oh. Interesting. So we are about to
Are we
cross
gonna-
10 minutes on this game 1.
Now, are we going to see that +2 and raise a +2?
Nope. Just gonna
We are
close it.
not. That's enough ammo for right now, right? Don't want to get too crazy in the game 1.
And Arnim draws after that. And Puzzledan sets up the number efficiency to yellow. Arnim up a couple. Can run with the yellow.
I cannot, in fact, run with the yellow, by the way.
Can run for a little bit. For 1 turn.
A single card.
A single card.
Oh, dang it.
How that works.
There's double up from Puzzledan on his own, and there comes Arnim for the red.
Puzzledan back down to 2 at this moment.
Down a couple, could still run with the red. Was that the key? Got the late Uno call.
Ooh. Is that over?
Is it over? 0 sugar, hard to switch off of. There it
Yes,
is. The red was
Didn't
the
even
key
need
at
that
the
switch.
end. For
I was banking
Puzzledan,
on
he
not-
goes up 1-0.
I could have swapped to green. I was banking on them not having a red, though.
Yeah. Yeah, after all he did, well, I mean, he did get to Uno on red earlier. I guess that may have been the only read, but let me look back at this.
Mm.
Yeah, you got it was a while up, in fairness. Yeah. Yeah, Puzzledan, what did you have? What was your last card at this spot? last time you're at Uno. And also, like, a little bit of the thought process on the open +2 there. I mean, it seemed you said you had forgotten that you'd left it open. I don't know if what you were. I don't know if that was just your only option, or was there a little bit more to that, leaving that blue +2 open just a bit ago. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I think maybe in hindsight you may consider going with that green switch, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Draw City worked a little bit better, but you did have some ammo to fight with, so not sure what to say on that one. Oh, okay.
Just real quick here, I want to go to Arnim. Talk to me. Obviously, we hadn't seen a green or a blue in quite a while. Did you think that maybe Puzzledan had one in the back pocket and you were just trying to stay away from it? Talk to me on that.
I don't know. It's just like I remember not seeing red a lot, and I was thinking like Puzzledan was deliberately going against it. It was really a 50-50 for me. I either switch it to green and I go into Draw City, or I keep it red, bank that they don't have another red, and just pick up and just play down a bunch of my cards. So I went with the first option, and it didn't really work out. But whatever. It's first game. We move on from this right now.
Right.
That's fair.
All right. Yeah. If you had any comment on that open +2, shouldn't have left it open. Did you have a card to close it, or is it just, or do you think you should have just drawn in that situation? Should have just drawn. All right. Well, still though, despite that, you're up 1-0, so can't complain too hard. But obviously, it's a good mentality to peer. It's almost a winning championship mentality to pick out the wrong things, even in a win like that. So seeing that you
That's
can
true.
find things to improve on, those are the kind of people that can find a way to win the big games.
Absolutely. And of course, you got to remember, right? Sometimes, depending on your opponent, maybe you want to leave that +2 open. Maybe it's in a situation where you don't have anything behind and you just want 4 extra cards. Maybe you're fishing for some wilds. And it's all just a matter of perspective in that very moment. So I think that is a good analysis to have. A little bit of that, self-reflection about how you could have done, in hindsight. So we'll see how the game unfolds
Yeah.
after that little situation.
Yeah, I remembered I talked to KT about this kind of mentality. It's like, um, along UConn's 2024 championship run, being up 20 at the half, Dan Hurley their coach had pointed out several problems that he was finding with how his team was playing, and they were playing against the 16 seed, and they were up 20, mind you, but still, the fact that you can pick out those kind of errors and say, hey, I need to do better even in a win, that's really a sign that when you get to those bigger games, you're gonna find the ways to improve, and you'll find a way to win. So it's a good
Right,
mentality.
absolutely. Yeah. Because you got to remember, right? If you're way up in D1, you're facing like an Ashley or like a bad Brad or a Sanford, you're not going to have time to make all those mistakes because they'll see right through them.
Not
So
gonna have the
it's
room,
good to,
no.
right down here in D2, granted skill level, it's a little bit different. You haven't seen as much, so use this maybe as your little sandbox and try and get all those inaccuracies ironed out.
I'll
So
stop things for a
good
reason.
mentality to
Exactly.
have there.
Yes.
Yeah. Just use it while
Absolutely.
you can. If
Exactly.
it, you know. So yeah,
All right, game 2, Arnim, still open board for you. How many cards?
Um, let's do 10 this time.
All right.
even 10, still in that mid-tier package short.
And the free choice.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Will culture prevail? Let us see.
Is Arnim cultured?
What does that mean?
Oh no.
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Okay.
No, just kidding. Just go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Aw, dang it.
I was so confused.
Green 4 to start us off. Here comes Puzzledan, seeing what he can play off of that.
We should just start adding background to say just for him to say do it. Oh, he would have been cultured.
Oh, dang it.
I'm having too much fun with that. Anyway, half off special to start
Yes,
for
we
Puzzledan.
can see that, Short. We can see that.
Hey, Tapir.
Yes.
Blink 4 times if I'm holding a knife in front of you.
I'll blink 8 times.
Holding you at
So
gunpoint.
I'm holding 2 knives, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. In a crisscross manner.
Hey, we haven't hit the cheese yet. This is grass. Get it together. Anyway, another half off special.
Game 2 Short. We can't do this in game 2. We have to wait until game 4.
No, it's not gunpoint.
this.
I'm holding him at knife point. There's a difference.
Close enough.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it was Nam and DMs that asked me what is going to be like the next big thing in the Tapir Not Short like commentary saga. It went from 4 to cheese to now weapons.
Yeah, I'm watching this drive.
Watching
this
this
drive.
Watching this.
We need to stop the terror.
Oh.
Now watch this
Shout
drive.
out Leah. We were never monetized to begin with, Nom, so that's irrelevant. We were never monetized to begin with. Anyways, we're running clean through the grassy field here in game number 2 after Arnim picked the grass over the cheese and the water and the cherries. But Puzzledan says cheese.
Cheese. We cannot.
No,
devolve
Yoshi,
into
no,
terror yet.
no strikes.
What?
Short, are we hopeless?
Yes. We weren't planning on being monetized. This isn't relevant.
This is D2 who monetizes D2.
Who would put their commercials on D2? Jesus Christ. That's bad. No, y'all are great. I'm in D2. I'm speaking for my...
Well, no, you suck. Everybody else is fine.
For legal reasons, everything we're saying while laughing is a joke.
Absolutely.
So if you're not laughing, then it's real.
Yes. Well, maybe unless
Short is
we're
holding
actually
me at
unless
gunpoint.
we're also joking and keeping our composure. That's a different thing.
Short doesn't know how to keep his composure.
No, I don't have composure. What's composure?
What is
See
composure?
Yepes versus Leah about 3 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just
we
don't
need to
fall off
stop.
your
We need to
chair.
stop the terror. Anyway, Arnim draws
Watch this drive.
first self draw of the of game number 2 on
course it's on a four,
that
mind
sharp
you.
cheddar cheese.
Sharp cheddar cheese 4. Let's go.
Let's see how far can Puzzledan take this cheese. How much cheese does he have? How much cheese is he putting in this salad? He's watering that salad. Little more cheese, and now we're gonna rinse all those pesticides off the lettuce.
We didn't even get to lettuce in a while.
What?
That doesn't even make any sense now. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Oh, and he leaves it open
Okay.
again.
Huh. Well, that's the second time this series. That's interesting. Like you would think, okay, after he had already said I should have closed it, right? And then he just does it again. But Arnim doesn't have anything.
Oh,
He's
that
just
that
plus
that. Okay,
two.
Nom, I get it.
He's just gonna.
Nom, that's valid. I completely take back what I just said. I totally get it.
Nope, you're on candid camera. You can't take it back.
I have a cover on my camera, so
Dang.
yeah, yeah.
I have the micro camera in your room. I'm in your room, short.
Okay, what's the address of my room?
The address of your room, the enemy sauce.
4444 Cheese Lane.
Holy shit.
That is crazy.
I got it, didn't I?
Oh my god, he got it spot on. I just got doxxed, man. That's crazy.
How did he
Ladies
know?
and gentlemen, I just doxed short on stream.
On stream too.
No,
Is
you traced my IP from the
think
street.
that's
You
a
traced my
violation of
IP from my OBS right
DEFLEX.
now.
For
Yes, for legal
reasons.
reasons, all of this is a joke.
And we're just completely,
Nom, you're
lost.
lame. Nom, you
We're
suck.
without hope.
Nom's like, I'll come back when the stream becomes normal, which is never.
That's never. Okay. Anyway. Okay, we're gonna make
Oh
the stream
no!
normal.
Anyway,
Here comes Puzzledan. He's down. He's up by 1. He's got possession. He's got 5. Arnim 6. We're on a blue 9. He's loading up. Plus
Oh,
4.
Of course
Going
now.
for those cherry tomatoes.
oh,
plus
I got
4.
some cherry tomatoes on there. Trying to wrap this salad up.
I don't know. Maybe is this game? Maybe this could be it.
He's down to 4. It's possible.
Like you don't. It's not like a 2. Okay, just a 3-bag. All
It's
right.
a 3-bagger
He's
down to 2.
I don't know if I want to rule
Ditto.
out split ammo at this point.
It could be. Very much could be.
Maybe he had a plus 2 in the back pocket with red to end it. Who knows?
Why wouldn't you just end it?
Well, I'm saying maybe it. Well, let's see. Yeah, he had that plus. Yeah, there would just be no reason to. So he's got that check now. Here comes Arnim, last chance
Oh,
to do
another
something.
eye
Oh,
for
he's
an
got
eye.
it.
Eye for an eye.
He has got it. We are still in business.
Game's not over yet. And Arnim just behind by 2 still. Puzzledan still ahead.
Up to green. Left those cherry tomatoes in the dust. Here we go.
Puzzledan going for some more cheese. Crosses over. And Arnim undercuts with the cherry tomato.
Undercut. That's a reverse
Cuts
stoplight right
up
there.
those Romas.
You know what would be great in a salad? Skittles.
No.
Get that rainbow going.
No.
No.
That you on an island over there. You
You're
are
not
on an
cooking.
island.
Question for the chat: do Skittles belong in a fruit salad?
That's
No.
That's borderline. That's borderline.
Damn it. Okay, here we go. Red 7.
You have a 7, don't you? Oh, okay.
Arnim running the reds down now. Puzzledan wants nothing to do with it. Let's see if he top deck anything.
Ooh, double with the
Ooh.
+2.
So maybe he had that +2
Oh,
and he didn't
what
want to
the
leave it open again? Possibly.
Unless the
What the
+4
fuck?
gave him that. +4 may have given him that.
Hmm.
Puzzledan looking to sweep the road stand, and Arnim another +4.
Oh, here he goes. He's down to 2. This could be it. Reverse check. Is this it? It is.
Wow.
Ties it up.
Pulls a huge run there. Pull the rug out.
I was like, when Puzzledan played the +2, I had green reverse green skip blue skip, so I was kind of hoping they changed it to green or blue. And then the +2 gave me the wild +4, and I was like, oh god.
Arnim, it looks like right there you just kind of had enough to get the job done. Talk to me about, obviously that was kind of just a plan A move. Were you kind of just waiting out the reds and looking for your moment to strike?
Yeah, you don't want to like throw out all your action cards too early because something like that could happen. So just saved it until then.
Absolutely. Yeah, and in short, you never want to rush a win, right? Because, most of the time you're just going to get burned in the long run.
Right. Yeah, Puzzledan, I mean, you mentioned not wanting to leave the +2 open in game 1, and then you left a +6 open. Didn't end up burning you there, but again, like, not what was the situation there? Thought process on that one. Make that kind of move. It didn't have the finish. Okay. So it was more defensive. Were you sensing that he might have had a way forward to the end at that point? What was that? Was that play kind of sensing that he may have had a way forward to the finish at that point, kind of defensive, or I don't know, just wondering what the intent was with that. Oh, bait ammo. Okay. Just looking for more potentially. Okay. Give a run. Okay. Fair enough. So 1-1 now. Puzzledan cannot pick 8 for this game number 3. What'll it be? Bring it up to 13.
That's my favorite, way up there. Oh, well. I mean, I like 15 a lot too, but let's see.
OG send. Yeah. And it's opened with a +2, and then Puzzledan is going to play a 4 that Arnim doubles up with the 8.
Looks like the predominant theme here is open +2s, whether it's from the bot or the players.
Indeed, and here comes Puzzledan crossing yellow off that 8.
More cheese in the chat. Let's see how much cheese there is.
Cheese. Got about 17 slices. That's a lot of slices. Enough slices.
That's too many slices.
It's enough slices.
Stop that. That's enough slices. Okay, that's good. That's enough slices. Okay, anyway.
Oh, dang it.
Still running down the yellow. Yeah, we haven't met our quota for
crossing the blue. We've met the quota now.
Say when you have
now it's enough
cheese.
slices. Now we're gonna start pouring some water in here.
This is a really weird salad.
It's quite an interesting one, I must say. Like, you started with the tomato, and there's still no lettuce. Like, where's the lettuce at? Like, that's like the base of any good salad. Unless it's a fruit salad or a pasta salad, then or a potato salad. Or where's the lamb sauce?
The lamb sauce.
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw.
Okay,
And
Raw.
okay, sure. Now you can do your idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich.
Shout out, Shawnard. Shout out, Shawnard. Meanwhile, undercut wild from Arnim, going for the blue. Puzzledan wanted
More
those red
water,
cherry
undercut
tomatoes, but
of
no.
Red wild.
Instead, we're gonna pour some more.
Right.
We're gonna dump some more water on this one.
Alright, here we go.
So see, short. That was kind of just that.
Oh wait, hold the phone.
Ooh, oh. That is very interesting.
Please hold. Your
because I
call
would've
is important to
expected-
us. Arnim is absolutely cooking this
Wait a-
salad right now. 4-card chain, looking for more. With some cheese and some tomatoes and some water.
Oh,
There's that lettuce at
And
the
the
end.
lettuce. There
There's
we
the
go.
lettuce.
Oh
Arnim
my
pulls up
gosh.
2-1.
Oh my goodness.
The lettuce right at the end.
Just gotta drizzle a little at the
That's the
top.
equivalent. That's the equivalent of adding 2 pounds of cheese, 2 pounds of cherry tomatoes, 2 gallons of water, and just 1 head of lettuce.
Just one
One,
whole
one,
head.
one
Not
leaf
even
of
like
lettuce. Yeah.
not even
Yeah,
like
just
cut up
one
or
leaf
anything.
of
Just
lettuce.
dump the head in there. OMG, what a salad.
OMG, what a salad.
Oh, okay. That's it didn't have a connection to green. That's a tough hand.
Tinetsenba.
Oh, at the point before his run, is what you're saying? Nintendo. Okay, gotcha. Nintendo.
So, I just want to go start with Arnim here. Obviously, that there's not a lot you can say. That's obviously just another, plan A finish. But
Other than
what were your
salad.
thoughts on other than salad? What were your
Other than
thoughts on
salad.
just dropping those wilds and kind of not really having any what's the word, like any you just didn't really mind which way you went with those wilds, like you just dropped them because you knew you had the finish there.
I think I actually got like really lucky with what Puzzledan played because I wanted to save all that for the end, and Puzzledan played the exact cards I needed in order to save that to the end, and then the wild blue. So it just
So I think the translation is
I can't stop winning.
the translation.
We need to stop the terror.
Okay. Iconic finish. Let's be real.
okay. Yes, iconic. Icon.
I
I can't stop winning.
I am expecting that salad in the mail tomorrow.
In the mail. Jesus. That's a fresh salad, man. It'll go bad. It'll sit on the post office truck for days, man.
How is he gonna send it
My
to me
God.
through helicopter?
Well, you got to pay an extra $15.99 for that.
Yep.
I think I want to go over to Puzzledan here. Obviously, taking a look just at the stats here, we see that Arnim has the upper hand on the +4s, reverses, 8-1 on the skips. Granted, you have the upper hand on the +2s, but are you thinking maybe the pendulum's going to shift back in your favor and you can maybe take some of that luck to your advantage? Talk to me on that.
Of course, both power plays still here to Pierre as well. He's hoping for some better luck, and both
That's
power
true.
plays are hanging in there. Could be something you start to see as we start to move into the second half of the series.
Ain't giving up. Another one of that winner mentality that we see so
Yeah,
much. So
yep.
we'll see how that works
Yeah,
out.
looking to try and pull
Hoping for
even at
some better
2
luck.
and force a best of 3. We'll see what he does. All right. Puzzledan cannot pick, still can't be 8. What it'll be for game number 4. Trying to pull even at 2. And we're going to go lucky 7. Here we go.
Let's go gambling!
Start with the red 3, looking for some luck. Not quite 5, so it's not a full gamble. It's like a half gamble. It's a higher part of the low tier.
Gamble.
3/4 game, maybe? Maybe it's like a 4/7
2/3.
gamble.
4/7. Okay, you're getting way too mathematical.
4/7.
4/4.
4/4.
Just
4
because.
fourths is crazy.
Oh yeah, you
Four-
guys, yeah, there was some
4/44.
serious ASMR there to hear. That was crazy. Puzzledan going for the double, looking for triple into the green. Double skips.
Obviously, Puzzledan's starting out really aggressive here with the ammo switch on the green.
And I think with a low tier start, you got to be more aggressive, don't you? Because I mean, who knows what your opponent could have on the other side. The conservative play isn't as good on the low tier.
And I just got done saying about the luck switching, so I was half expecting just a 1-turn finish there.
Yeah,
Just
quite
for the
nearly.
absolute
Oh, that could be
irony.
massive. That could be massive. Arnim has something, but this could be a big switch. Might be the switch Puzzledan needs, unless he needs another color, and he does.
I got a couple thoughts in my head about, telegraphing certain things, but I think I'll save it for the end. Obviously, going right from the red to the green back into the red, and then as we see, we just went into the yellow for the first time. Just a little bit of what Puzzledan would have in the back pocket there. He does run with the yellow, and there's green again. We have yet to see blue for this game. But I'm wondering if Puzzledan's going to draw here, or maybe he'll just drop a wild and
Drop a
undercut
wild
that.
green. That could be dangerous, but it's 2-2. Anyone's game. Puzzledan,
Yep,
nothing.
he is going to draw.
Arnim, though, he's in the driver's seat. This could be huge for him.
I think that's exactly what Arnim needed, right? Because you saw that I think
Now it's check.
Puzzledan was just emptying his greens. Last chance for Puzzledan to do anything now. Could be a potential color efficiency setup from Arnim. We'll see. He's going to draw Arnim for the win.
Yes.
There it is. That is
From
a win
the
on
top
zero
floor
sugar.
to the basement, it's 3-1.
And he didn't actually, let me look, he didn't even need that water. No blue in sight that game.
Yeah, that was like a rare no Pandoras. I really don't have anything. I think I really don't have much to say there. Both had an extended ammo run, and Arnim just had the right switch in the right place, had the wild, that was it.
I do want to go to Puzzledan here. Obviously, you tried to make it a little more aggressive with that switch to green off the bat, but it kind of bit you in the butt a little bit. Do you think maybe you want to tone down the aggressiveness? Obviously, you are at this point down 3-1, but maybe now you can try and switch it up and maybe shake things up for possibly a sweep of the last 3 games. What are your thoughts on that? And then I guess Arnim, if I want to go to you real quick, you saw that maybe you saw that Puzzledan really didn't have anything in green. Was that kind of just like a little bit of an ISO play right there at the back to try and get him to keep drawing? And it seemed to kind of work out in your favor. Talk to me on that.
You're talking about the wilds, right?
Yeah, because you switched on the green wild. I'm wondering if maybe you saw that Puzzledan didn't really have much earlier, seeing as how we switched back into the red. So I'm just wondering if maybe you saw something there with that wild.
That definitely played a part into it. Of course, my last 2 cards are also green, so it helped me out a lot. Though I did recognize that. That's why I didn't use the power play. It's saved for the next game just in case anything happens then. So like it
Yeah,
definitely helps to know that sort of stuff. But in this instance,
absolutely.
it wasn't that useful because I was gonna do it regardless.
And it does help to keep that power play in the back pocket for that last game because at least it's there for you to use in case
Yeah.
you have a situation where you need to finish the game quickly, and then just use that power play to sort of bail you out, if you will. So we'll see how that goes. You are up 3-1, Arnim, for right now. Puzzledan
Yeah.
lagging behind a little bit, but there are still some games left to go. Short, I don't know if you've got anything else.
I don't. You're cooking over there. You're cooking that salad.
Okay. Yeah. No, don't stir fry it though.
Don't
That's the
no
only
stir
thing.
fry.
No,
Don't
no
like stir
stir
fry.
You
fry.
guys, you stir fry salad? What?
That's wild.
No,
wild.
I did not say that. I did not
He
say. I
said not.
said
He
do
said
not.
don't. He said
Do
don't.
not. Do
Who microwave? No, no. You're cooking some pizza over there. Anyway, quick look at the bracket as we move on to game. As we are intending to move on to game 5. This is the finale of the DEFLEX region for round 1, and of course the winner gets my top seed My Hell, and then you have Cap Gaming in deleted on the other side of this half, and then also mention the fact the other 2 games going to be Aiden and myself. The only it's a 2-7 game, and then the 11 versus 14, 2 guys that pulled upsets in round 1. Wes did it over Lucas yesterday, Joao over Rune a few days ago. They will face off as well in the DEFLEX region. So the round 2 field in DEFLEX is about to be set by the end of this one. We'll see if it's Arnim or if Puzzledan can pull a comeback. But yeah, that was yesterday. I thought it was Saturday. I'm weekend. Anywho, thank you for that. We will continue on now. Arnim, back to you. Cannot pick 7 for this game number 5. What'll it be?
Let's go. Hold on. 9.
And it is. Puzzledan trying to avoid elimination. Arnim looking to wrap it up. Has the power play in hand. Both have the power play in hand. We'll see if that comes into effect here. And here we go. Yellow skipped a start.
Apologies on that. My cat took hold of my headphones, my earbuds, quite quickly.
Didn't bite the cable this time, did?
No, but came, dangerously close. You might have seen some cat ASMR. I don't know if that's a niche topic. I don't know if there's a market for that, but we can we can work on that. There's a market for anything, probably. Yeah, a market for some unsavory salad, if you get my drift.
Triple play here from Arnim as I was looking at something that just went down. Anyway, it is the internet. Yep.
It is the internet. The internet is a beautiful
Oh,
place.
Arnim already?
Whoa, hold the phone. I think this is over.
Wow.
I leave you alone, Arnim. I leave you alone for 2 seconds, and what happened?
No, you haven't.
Oh, and this may do it. It might do it.
I leave bro alone for 2 seconds, and he just wraps up.
Just short of 2
There it
minutes.
is.
4-1. That's it. Oh my goodness. And Puzzle Dan's
4-1,
got
at
nothing to say. Puzzle Dan, I
4:22.
got nothing to say to you. I mean, I think you just got burned on this one. Arnim really had the cards working in his favor, and the power play was just the nail in the coffin there.
I saw the starting deck and I was like, oh god, no.
And kind of just at that point, you just kind of had to get the job done because it was just another plan A moment. You really couldn't, do much else. Yeah, there's yeah.
Yeah, that's a hot fudge sundae right there.
And those
Get some
plus twos
dessert.
are going to give you a lot of flexibility. You can go from blue, green, yellow, yellow, blue, green. There's a lot of ways you can go there. So I
And then
think
I
in my
had the
mind's
wild.
eye, you just got to get rid of that red 7 and you're pretty much golden. And I think that's what you did there.
You either start with it or you end with it, and I ended with it here.
And that's true.
Because
Yeah,
because the
and you
wild.
just did that to get the job done. So Puzzle Dan, can you just say I nearly did 5 for my second homestand? And right short, see that's
Aw,
the thing.
dang it.
Sometimes you're just gonna sometimes
What?
sometimes I wish we could do 4 for a homestand, just because.
Aw, dang it.
You were
And of
saying,
course now
Tapir.
you
You're
have
saying.
to
I'm a
now you
we
have to
can't
wonder if I
stream
would have
together
worked
anymore.
out.
This is we have
Yes,
too
we
much.
can. Yes, we can.
Yes.
Absolutely, we will.
Oh yeah, you're right. We can. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Could have gone 15 as well.
Could have went 16, but let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there. Anyway, your point.
I forgot what I was saying.
Classic.
I just got overtaken by the cheese. Anyway, oh, so yeah,
Cheese
just on the
around.
5, sometimes you just have to kind of shake it up a little bit. Obviously, you weren't doing, well, I mean, just shake up the algorithm a little bit, and maybe it could have went a little bit differently. But hindsight's always 20/20, right? So I think
It's
at this point,
40-40 actually.
it's a 4. Where's the other 20%, dude?
What?
Is it just a tie? Like the coin lands on the edge on the other
Yeah.
20%?
Where's the other
Where is the other
60%? Where's
20%?
the other
Did you
60%
just
when it's 2020?
it's 22? Did you just banish the 60 to the Twilight Zone? Like what's
I
going on here?
guess, I guess so. I guess so.
The salad world. You gave it to the salad world anyway.
Damn it. Anyway. Oh
Oh,
no.
dang it.
Anyway.
Missed opportunity. Come on, bro. Get with it here.
Oh no. Anyway. So you look
Anyway.
up top left, that's the bracket, 5v13, it is deleted in cap, and then it'll be My Hill and Arnim, 1 versus 8 in this DEFLEX region round 2, and then you have Aiden and myself and Wes versus Joao in this region. The entire Arrow region is set. The Bow region still has 1 more. That's going to be Evan and J Money, the next stream of today, as you look at that full schedule. Obviously you had Aiden beating Mabel earlier, and then you'll have Bree and Nifty to round out the round in the Crusade region. The winner there is going to get Ami, the 7 seed. So, I mean, I guess Arnim, one last one for you. Thoughts on playing My Hell round 2? Obviously, he's been around here a minute, and he's probably one of the strongest players that wasn't able to make it to opportunities in the championship or in the in promotion zone. So just thoughts on playing him as well as any final thoughts on today's game.
Well, it's just it's definitely now I have some momentum. It's just, can you continue that against one of the best people from this league right now? So can I figure out the right tactics against Mihail, figure out how to continue the game, and it's It's kind of like how I was approaching my Rana game last season, like just figure out what to do to get myself over that line, and I think I'm going to approach it the same way this time.
All right. Tapir, we both know My Hill well. What do you think? What do you expect from this matchup, seeing how Arnim played today? And we obviously know how My Hill plays.
Well, I think it's going to be another fast-paced game, but I do think Arnim is going to have some catching up to do. Obviously, Mile has a lot of experience from UUL. I think he is one of the top 5 D2 players that are, should we say, the most promising. Nathan is possibly another one of them because of some of the things I've seen from UUL. And just his general track record. So I think Arnim is going to have his work cut out for him, but I wouldn't underestimate him at all because today he demonstrated how to kind of just fend off Puzzledan and kind of wait for the right moment. Excuse me. So he does have those skill sets available to him, and I think he can put up a formidable match for My Hell come their next game. So I'm looking forward to that. And once again, I guess good game Arnim, good game Puzzledan, and here we go. That's all for me.
Thank you, Tapir. Thank you to Yoshi for reffing. Of course, again, there's the look at your schedule. G and Yoshi will be live with you at 6 o'clock, but in the Bow Region finale, Evan and J Money, then Bree and Nifty start an hour after that in the Crusade finale. Bree with a win will make the entire region chalk. All the higher seeds will have won in that region, should she pull that out. And then, of course, Evan and J Money winner gets Fitzy, who finally got off the schneid yesterday over Ryan C after a little bit of a delay. And winner between Bree and Nifty, again, like I said, will get Ami, who took down Guma in 5. So that is going to do it for us. We will be back at 6 o'clock. G and Yoshi once again will be back at 6 o'clock for the final stream of the round of 64, and then we will be back with you on stream. I'll be here for D1 with KT, JT, is they're calling Andy and Lamas. Should be a fun one. 8 o'clock in the Jaguar region of Automotive April. But for now, from Archery April, we'll be back in just about 2.5 hours, or hour and a half time zones. That will do it for us, for all of us here at MRE UNO. Thanks to everyone for joining us and helping out. We will see you again at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock for our last 2 stream games of the day across both divisions. Take care, everyone. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.